Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 1. Guys, we're going to talk about life and what is life. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Like you could ask 10 people out on the street, tell me your definition of life, and you might get 10 different answers because life is perspective. It's kind of where you're standing at the time you're asked. Maybe you just recently got laid off or unemployed. Maybe you suffered a health scare. Maybe you're estranged from your family. Maybe you're older. Maybe you lost a loved one and now you're alone and you don't know what you're going to do. All of these things, and it could be maybe you need to go to college and can't afford it. I mean, we're going to talk about life for everyone, really. Now, I'm older, and this is going to be kind of an older channel, but I'm going to tell you right now that if I had this opportunity, younger people have it so good. And when I'm talking about good, I'm talking about they can go online, they can go on YouTube, they can look at people and they can learn from all of their mistakes. They can learn from all their victories. They can learn. We didn't have that growing up. And if you were in a family or you didn't have a family that was very close growing up and you didn't have anyone to talk to or to mentor you or lead you in the direction that you needed to go in or that you should have gone in, things could have been a little dicey, right? Could have been a little spooky. And younger kids, if y'all don't watch older channels, you should, because there are a lot of life lessons from a lot of different people that have been through a hell of a lot through their lifetime. So I would encourage you, if you're in your 20s, to maybe check out some of the channels that are in their 60s or their 70s, because they have so much to offer. And it's not going to cost you anything but a little bit of time. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. So you can just gain a lot of knowledge learning. And I've always said that a smart man learns from his or her mistakes, right? But a wise man or woman learns from other people's mistakes. So if you can learn from other people and not repeat their mistakes, it's a win-win for you. So if you're 20, I implore you, take the challenge and watch some of these older channels, because there's a lot of information out there that is really, really good. What is the channel going to be about? This channel is going to be about life. And we've already said life has a vast definition, right? It just depends on your perspective. Maybe you're living in food scarcity. Maybe you have no job. It could go on and on and on and on, right? So it depends on your perspective and where you're standing. Now, I'm going to be as candid as I can on this channel, probably to a fault, okay? I'm probably going to give more information than I should about myself, my experiences, what I've gone through, than I probably should. But I would be remiss if I didn't, if we're talking about life and I'm looking back on my life and my life experiences, to handpick something out and say, well, I'm going to talk about this, but I'm not going to talk about this, because the one thing I decided not to talk about could really help maybe one person. And that's kind of my goal. And it's a crazy world out there right now. It is crazy. I can look back and I can say, yeah, we had some hard times. So I'm 62, and I can look back and say, yeah, I've had hard times. But right now, it's just crazy. There's nothing that is sticking. And this is not going to be a political channel. I'm not going to bash Democrats. I'm not going to bash Republicans. I'm not going to talk about them separately. When I talk about government, I'm talking about the collective government together, the Democrats and the Republicans. And as far as I'm concerned, our government, all Democrats and Republicans, have failed us in so many different ways. And I'm just going to talk about government as a collective whole. In this channel, you're going to kind of we're going to talk about unemployment, layoffs, fear, anxiety. Maybe you're aging alone. Maybe you have been estranged from your family. Maybe you have health issues or a really, really bad health scare. Maybe you're going through some kind of battle with not having health insurance and having a health scare, which can increase just a mound of stress. So the financial stress of health issues in this insurance environment is huge. Maybe you're having to navigate a different work culture. So maybe you had kids and now you find yourself in a position to where you have to be the breadwinner again, and you have to go back and you have to be the one or a one to bring the paycheck home. And when you left the workforce before you had kids, it's vastly different now. So there's that. And then we're going to talk about having faith through all of this. And your faith could be anything. It could look any way. It could be your higher power, what you consider your higher power. It could be Christianity. It could be Judaism. It could be any kind of faith. Okay. Maybe you're going through divorce. Maybe you're homeless, or you're about to be homeless. Maybe you're about to lose your house and the roof over your head. You don't have anywhere to go. All of these things. This is what life is today, guys. All of these things are happening in our world. And this is not what we signed up for, right? We're Americans. We had dreams. And used to, you could work for a company, you could get a pension. You went to work for a company right out of high school or college, and you worked for that company. You may have moved jobs maybe once or twice in your whole entire career before you retired. And then you retired at 55 and you lived your life with a pension, with money, comfortably. Those days are gone and over. They're gone. You're not going to see that. And if you do have that in a company, count your blessings, because companies just don't operate like that anymore. They just don't do it. They go through every 2 or 3 years, they clean house, they turn the turnover is very high. You have some companies that just will not give benefits to their employees. They expect a lot of their employees, and we're going to get into all that in a different one. But that's kind of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what is affecting you today. Now, I do want to talk about your life and the things that are affecting you today, the things you are struggling with. Maybe it's depression, maybe it's anxiety, fear. All of those things can go along with the environment that we're in, the world environment that we're in right now. So please consider subscribing, liking, hyping the video if you think the content is worthy, and please put some comments down below if you want me to talk about something in a future video, and I'll see you in the next one.